Hello everyone. So I was deciding on what I wanted to make a video on because, I'm in the mood. And basically I was like, do I want to make a video talking about the Einden and the Zenit weapons? And I'm like, you know what? How about instead we talk about how much easier it is to instead get best in slot and what changes have really been made. Now, I'm probably just going to be all over the place here because I'm not working with the script anymore. But basically, BIS used to be relatively difficult to obtain. I mean, it still kind of is because as far as new affixes go, you still have to grind for it. But over time, Sega has made best in slot affixes easier and easier to obtain. A primary example of this is with the Alter Realm quests that have been releasing over the past month or two. Alter Realm dropped basically every single type of best in slot affix that you need. Meanwhile, the Alter Realm altered battle line drops materials needed to make Altia Domina as well as the other best in slot affixes. This wasn't always like this because, of course, when best affixes were quote-unquote brand new, we had to farm dual quests for them. Heck, you could even argue that the Ruine Masquerader quest was also pretty grindy. Thankfully, aside from potentially Louise Halfanel, because I guarantee you it's going to require something stupid like Magis Halfanel, we thankfully don't have to do too many extremely grindy grinds to get best in slot affixes. Because, eventually Sega just makes them a lot more easier to obtain. Now, this is obviously fantastic because it makes people obtaining power much easier and they don't have to stick to the LC OGs as much. Of course, this also goes for weapons. In the past, you usually had a choice between a dropped weapon and a chase weapon, and while you still have chase weapons to think of when considering gearing up, all options are a lot closer together than they used to be. I mean, you got the Einden weapon series, you got Legendios, which is getting its upgrade later down the line, you got the... oh god, it's Legendia, right? I can't remember its name for the life of me. Anyways, you got the Legend Rarity 2 weapon, and then you have the Zenit weapon. You have a lot of options, and you can mostly obtain all of them except for land pretty easily, which is overall great. Now, I wouldn't really call getting Crest AT easy because, that requires 10 Crest Cubes and then another 5 Crest Cubes so you can upgrade that to Zenit. But it's attainable, I guess, if you're willing to be an absolute masochist. So there's that. Anyways, at least we don't have to worry about slaving away just for a chase weapon if we want meta, because we have alternatives that are equally as good. And I think that is great because it leaves the chase weapons for people who actually, want absolute, every bit of power they can, while others can use in this case, Einden weapons, or I guess Legendios weapons really count too, since that's getting upgraded soon. So, I mean, everyone wins now, and that wasn't always the case because I remember when the Tissa weapons came out, the discrepancy between the Verschmel's weapon series and the Tissa weapon series was absolutely massive, and that really wasn't okay. I mean, when Flugel came out, it was even bigger of a gap between Verschmel's and Flugel, and it's not cool when, chase weapons are just so definitively stronger. I do feel like there should be this weapon is what the average people might want to go after. But, here's this rare weapon that people that want a bit more power can do, and you maybe aren't losing more than 1 or 2% more damage between the two. And I think that's overall how it should be, and I think that this current gearing cycle is basically that, because every weapon is basically close together. You've got your Zenith weapons, you got your land, you got your Einden weapons, and if you hold on to Legendios, that's a nice side weapon that you can use later down the line. Though I probably wouldn't recommend using it as a main weapon because its potential very much wants you to use it as a side weapon instead. Anyways, I am basically rambling at this point, but all I'm going to sum this up to is gearing is in a good spot right now, and while you can't really make as much money off of, let's say, best in slot affixes, I think it's good if everybody wins by having easy to obtain best in slot affixes at the very least. Now, obviously the weapon grinds can be very tedious. I mean, Juvolt 1 and Juvolt 2 grinds were pretty crazy, but it is what it is. It's content to farm, something to do. Anyways, with that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And I hope you don't mind this really weird rant video, or discussion video? I don't know what to call this. Anyways, bye.